guys, Larissa with BeCozi.net is here. Today I would like to show you how to make a Valentine heart pillow. Valentine Day is almost here and we still have some time to make a beautiful handmade gift for your loved one. So for this merino wool heart pillow, I will be using hot pink merino wool, and we will be using 2 pounds, guys. Okay, 1 pound on one side and another pound on another side. You can also make the pillow and use exactly the same pattern as I will be showing you today with vegan yarn. Vegan yarn is actually looking and feeling the same as merino wool. So this is I will show you. This is vegan yarn in pink, and this is merino wool. You can see how similar it is. It feels also very similar. The difference is that it's not wool, and for people who has really bad allergy, because merino wool is hypoallergenic, it's not causing allergy for probably like 80% of people, maybe even 90%, but some people have really bad allergy, and for those people vegan yarn is an option. Vegan yarn is also much cheaper than merino wool. Okay, so either merino wool or vegan yarn, or another very thick and very beautiful yarn to make this pillow is our jumbo chenille. Okay, jumbo chenille comes in skeins like that. It's available in our store only, BeCozi.net, because it was custom made for our company. And for this pillow, this size, you will need only 2 skeins of jumbo chenille. This is color cranberry. So one skein will be for one part and another one for the other one. And unlike merino that doesn't like water much, and vegan also, this guy can be washed, and this material or fiber is very strong and durable, and as I already said, it's extremely soft and gentle to touch. So today I will show you how to make the pillow with merino wool. You can use the same pattern as I mentioned to make the same size pillow with vegan yarn or jumbo chenille. 2 pounds of merino wool, about 2 pounds, maybe a little bit less because it's lighter for vegan, and 2 skeins of jumbo chenille. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay guys, let's get started. So as usual, we will be starting with making a loop. This is the tail, this is working yarn. Take the working yarn in your hand and place it on the top. And this is the loop. Now insert your hand inside the loop, grab working yarn and pull it through. This is our first stitch. You can make it smaller and bigger by pulling working yarn. We will keep it about 2.5 inches like that. So what we're doing now, we are inserting hand inside the stitch, we're grabbing working yarn and we're pulling it out. So now you see we have 2 stitches. Next, watch it closely guys, we will be using this stitch back side. Okay, so see, it's kind of sticking out. So we will insert our hand inside it and we push working yarn inside, and then we will pull it through. So this way we have some kind of bow looking composition. Okay, and that will be the beginning of the heart or the bottom of the heart. Okay, so now we are working on the next row. Next row guys, insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it through. Now we will add one more stitch here in the middle, and for this purpose we will be using this part in the middle. We will insert our hand inside, grab working yarn, pull it through. see what we did? We now have 3 stitches, and now we are knitting stitch number 3 in this row. So this is how it looks. That is the bottom of the hat. And now the next row we are just knitting as is. So insert the hand, crab working yarn, pull it through. Insert the hand, crab working yarn, pull it through. And the same with the third stitch. Okay, now we have this 3 stitches, guys. Okay, so now we will be making our next row. Next row we will be adding 2 more stitches. First we will be knitting this row, this stitch. Insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it out. Now we will be adding 1 more stitch. We will be using this piece over here, not this one, this one. Insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it through like that. Now this stitch we're just knitting as is, and now we're knitting this stitch, this part of the stitch, to make extra row. Insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it out, and now knit the stitch number 5. So here is our knitting. See, we have now 5 stitches. Now the next row we are just knitting, guys. So the rule is 1 row we're adding 2 extra stitches. The next row we are just knitting as is. This way it will be looking even and beautiful. Okay, like that. So we just knitted the row without adding. Now we will be adding again. So we're knitting our first. Insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it out. Now we're using this part of the stitch. You're lifting it, insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it out. And these stitches in the middle are just knitted as is. And now before you're knitting the last one, you're using this part, you're lifting it, inserting your hand, grab working yarn, pull it out, and now knit the last stitch. So as you can see, we started with just 2 stitches. We now have 7 stitches, guys. The goal is to have 9 stitches. So now we're just knitting this row without adding any more stitches. There you go. So now we will be adding stitches next row. So we're knitting the first one, first stitch, then we're using this part, lifting it, grab working yarn, pull it out. The middle stitches are just knitted as is. And now use this part, insert it, grab working yarn, pull it out, and that will be your... Okay, so now you can see that we have 9 stitches, guys. Okay, so what we are doing next, we are kind of separating this project in 2 pieces, 4, 4, and 1 in the middle. So when you're starting knitting from the left to the right, take 2 stitches together and knit them together like that. Now knit 3 more. This way we will have 4. So now we have 4 here and 4 on this side. Now you are knitting this direction. You're leaving these 4 stitches here, you're knitting this direction. To knit this direction, take these 2 guys together and knit them together like that. next 2 stitches here you are just knitting as is, like that. Now when we're starting this row, we're not touching this, guys, on the right. You're taking 2 stitches together and knitting them together like that. Knit this stitch as is, and now these 2 stitches will be knitted together. You have 1 stitch left. In order to finish this, you will need to break the wool, and it will be a little bit different than usually we're casting off. You're taking this stitch and you're taking a stitch next to this guy together, and then you're pulling the tail through both of them like this, and then this tail goes inside the next stitch like this. Why we're doing it this way? Because you see that this way we have nice and smooth top of one side of the heart. This one you can just weave in on the back. It will be inside the pillow. It doesn't matter how it looks like. Now we will need to finish this part, and in order to finish that part, take the yarn that you have, place it like this, and now just insert your hand, grab working yarn and pull it through. We will just have this tail hanging here, and now do the same to all 4 stitches. Here you go, we have 4 stitches, guys. Okay, now the next row, take 2 stitches together and knit them together. Then these 2 just knit as is. Now when you're going from this direction, take 2 stitches together, knit them together, and then 1 like that. You have 2 stitches, and now you're knitting these 2 together like in the left side. Here you go. Now the same way, break the yarn, take this in your hand and find the next stitch, connect them together and insert the tail from inside out like this. Now you can insert it anywhere and it will go underneath. Here you go, guys. We have one side ready. So we will need to make the same piece to make the back of the pillow, and I will show you one more time how to do it. This way it will be easier. So again, here is the tail, here's working yarn, make a loop, insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it through and make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so now insert your hand, grab working yarn and pull it out. We have 2 stitches. Now we will be using the back part of this stitch. Insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it out. What we have here, we have this bow like looking beautiful beginning of the heart. Okay, so now again we are knitting the first stitch, and now we're using this part in the middle. Insert your hand inside, pull working yarn through, and we'll have extra stitch, and then we have stitch number 3. So here we have 3 stitches, guys. Just knit this 3 stitches, and when we have these 3 stitches, now we will be adding 2 more. Knit the first and then use this part of the stitch, the previous stitch actually, insert your hand, grab working yarn, pull it through. the middle stitch just knitted as is. And now we're using this part. Grab working yarn, pull it through, and don't forget to knit the last stitch. So here we have 5 stitches. So the same way, guys, when you added stitches on one row, then the next row you're just knitting as is. So I will be just knitting, and when I'm done I will show you what to do next. Okay guys, so we are ready with our second part. So we now have 2 same parts, and they are about 1 pound each. Okay, so now put the one part in the middle and then second part on the top of it, and now we will connect the heart. Okay, so to connect the heart we will need, you can use either the same yarn, or if you want to save on the yarn price, you can use any similar color thread you have. Okay, you can if you have something, or you can get something at the craft store for a very reasonable price. So what we do now, make sure that this is the back of the pillow, back, and front is facing front. Okay, so what we're doing now, we will connect these 2 tails, those that were in the bottom of the heart. I will just make simple knot to keep this together, and I will be using the same yarn. So I made about foot length piece, and now I will be connecting using this piece. So take 2 stitches near the bottom of the heart, and from the top and from the bottom, and insert the yarn like this. Now we will connect these 2 ends together by simple knot like that. Now we're taking this yarn, we're finding 2 next stitches on the top and on the bottom, and pulling the yarn through. The same way, guys, we will be doing all the way across the heart, all the way around. So now my piece of yarn, I used it all. So what I will do, I will separate it in 2 and then attach it to any stitch and make a knot to secure it. Okay, and I will be just leaving it like that, because it will be inside the pillow, so it will not be seen. Then I will take another piece of yarn, and as you notice, I'm making small pieces. I'm using small pieces of yarn, because this way it's easier to connect than with one long piece. So again, I inserted the yarn underneath the 2 stitches here, and I will use the tail of this yarn and the tail from the previous knot, and I will connect them together. Okay, like that. So now I will keep connecting the pillow in the same way. Take 2 stitches together and pull the yarn through. Okay guys, so now when we are almost connected the whole heart, there's only one piece left, a small piece left here. We will need to turn it inside out. Here it is. We turned it inside out. Okay, so this is our heart almost ready, heart pillow. Now we need some filling to put inside this heart. Okay, so I'm just using regular filling, stuffing from the craft store, putting it inside, and it's up to you how much you want to put, because if you want the pillow to be really hard, then put a little bit more. If you want just a soft pillow, then just a little bit will be fine. Okay, so now when we have filling inside, we will keep connecting. Okay, and connecting now will be going from on the outer side of the pillow. Okay, so again, find the, put it like that, find these 2 stitches and insert the yarn underneath. Then this next 2, and